even if you don't have a passcode set. Now this next one also has to do with Touch ID, and it's called BioBoot. So every time you restart your device, it always asks you to put in a passcode. So as you see here, Touch ID requires your passcode when your iPhone restarts, but with BioBoot, it actually bypasses that whole passcode thing. So you don't have to enter your 4-digit passcode no longer. You just simply go ahead and put your fingerprint on there, and then it'll unlock. Now this next tweak is called Blurred, and basically what it does, it turns your white keyboard, your stock iOS keyboard, and gives it a light black theme now. Now this next one is called Bounce Notify 8, and what this does, it gives you a bounce effect on your dock icons when you have pending notifications. Now you probably noticed my different fonts. For example, my lock screen on the clock, I have a different font along with the date, and also this affects with everything else. For example, my keyboard, your whole system font will be changed, and that's all thanks to Font 2. So this is free. You'll be able to change different fonts to whatever you'd like. There's a whole bunch of different fonts inside of Font 2, but also you can even download more through Cydia. Now the next one is called Calendar Pro for Notification Center. What it does, it gives you little dots of different events that you have, and also color codes the different start and ends of the week. Now this next one is called Call Bars. So if you ever get tired of calls incoming and it takes your whole screen up, with this little tweak here, it allows you to still be able to use your phone, and you also get this notification up here that someone is calling, so you still get the same controls. So you'll be able to answer decline. So for example, I answer here, you still get all the options like muting or dialing a number and things of that sort. You can also drag this down and see you're at notification center. So Call Bar basically allows you to not let incoming calls interrupt you. Next up is Battivator. So as you can tell by the name, it affects your battery. So it will actually allow you to save battery. So you have low power mode here. So as you notice, if I turn on low power mode, it'll go ahead and dim my screen and also disable a couple of settings, little options here and there. So you can see like what it disables here and all that, but you can also customize the hell out of Battivator. So if you really want to get into it and really conserve battery life when you really need it the most, you can go ahead and change different settings here. Now this next one is called Alkaline. So if you see here, my battery icon is now a different battery icon. That's thanks to Alkaline. In your settings app, you can actually change the appearance, so different themes. So you have these different themes: bolus, habesha, and spots. So now when I go ahead and do that, I can go ahead and respring, and now you see that I have the dots as my battery indicator. So there's actually more themes that you can download for Alkaline in Cydia, so go ahead and check that out. This one is called Alkaline. It comes with 3 different themes, but like I said, you can download more in Cydia. Next up is CC Loader, and what this allows you to do is enable and disable different little settings from Control Center. So as you see here, I pull up Control Center, you will see what you normally see. And now if I go ahead and change the brightness to up here, my meter control to the bottom, and everything is rearranged in a different way. So I can go ahead and pull this up. So you see there, that's basically what it does. It lets you enable and disable different sections and also reorder them. Now this next one also deals with Control Center, and it's called CC Settings for iOS 8. Now what this does, it allows me to have more toggles in Control Center. So as you see here, I swipe to the left and right, and I have a variety of toggles now. Next is color banners. So as you notice here, I have colored notification banners on my lock screen, and they match the actual app icons. So it gives you a new little look. It also customizes the notification banners when you receive them. So you see here, I have my notification banner, and it matches that certain application. Now if you get a lot of notifications, like for example on your lock screen here, now there's another tweak that allows you to clear all your lock notifications, and it's called Clear Lock Notifications. So with this tweak, all you gotta do is pull down, and then it'll clear all the notifications. Now this next one is called Clever Pin. So if you ever want to disable your passcode and you get annoyed by always having to do so, because for example, I have to have my passcode right now, but I'm at home and I don't have to worry about anyone looking through my phone or anything. But I have this tweak set too. When I'm connected to my home network, it'll actually disable my passcode without having me to go ahead and manually disable that. So if I swipe over to the right now, it won't ask for my passcode anymore. You can also enable it when your battery is charging. So when you have your device charging, it'll actually bypass the whole passcode thing, and you don't have to worry about entering the passcode. Now this next one is called Close All. So in Safari, if you have a lot of tabs open and you don't want to individually close them out, all you got to do now with this tweak, go ahead and hold the little X on the left and then click on yes, and then it'll go ahead and close out all of your tabs. Next up is color badges. So simply what this does, it colorizes the badges based on the color of your apps. Now this next one is called cornered, and it's a very subtle little tweak here. But in iOS 9, this alert that you normally would get that pops up from the bottom of the screen, the corners are actually rounded, but in iOS 8.4 it is not. But with corner enabled, you notice now that they are rounded. Next up is side delete 8. So normally you aren't able to delete city apps straight from the springboard, but with side delete 8, you are now capable of doing that. Now this next tweak is actually something similar we spoke about earlier, and it's called cylinder. Now cylinder is the same thing like barrel basically, but the good thing about this is the fact that it's free. And I wanted to give you guys options. Maybe you like barrel or maybe you like cylinder. But if you go into the settings app, cylinder is actually able to do more effects. But the cool thing about this is the fact that you can go ahead and tap on a variety of them and then make your own little custom effect. And you see here, it goes all crazy like. Now this next tweak is for the camera, and it's called Minimal Camera 2. What it does, as you notice, I actually have a minimalistic camera here now. So I just have the shutter button here, and that's all it is. So you can customize it the way you want in your settings app. So you'll be able to remove different things. So for example, if you don't want your flash, HDR, timer, or the front and back icons, you can go ahead and remove those. And also on the bottom view of it, normally you would have your photos library, your filters, and your mode dial. You can go ahead and remove that. Next up is data meter. So this gives you your data information in your notification center, displaying Wi-Fi and data traffic information. Now this next tweak is called detailed battery usage. So if you go into your settings app and go down to general, go to usage, and then go to battery usage, you now have a battery level. So it gives you a little graph of how much battery life you've used, just like you would see, for example, on an Android device, which is something I'm a big fan of on Android devices. But now with this tweak, it allows you to have it on your iOS device. It even gives you more information in regards of how much battery has been used through a certain application. Now, if you're ever browsing at night and the white background on your iOS device hurts your eyes, well, Eclipse 2 will help you with that. What this does, it gives you a night mode and more throughout your whole iOS device. Next up is X key. So this simply adds the extra number keys on top of your keyboard. Now this next one deals with the keyboard as well, and it's called Emoji 83 Plus. What this simply does, it unlocks all the available emoji flags and adds the Spock emoji into the emoji section. Next up is folder enhancer. So this allows you to customize your folders. As you see here, I have a variety of icons. Instead of it just showing a 3x3 little layout, it now has a 5x5 and the layout too. As you see here, you can customize the layout. So I have a 5x5 as well on my folder view. So you can customize it just like that. Now, if you don't like the way your multitask switcher looks like, with Grid Switcher, you can actually change it and change the layout as you see here. So I have a 4x4. You can also do a 2x2, 3x3 as well. And this next tweak I really enjoy, and it's called guest mode. So this allows you to have guest profiles on your device. So when you share your device, they won't have access to whatever you disable, because you can do that. You can go ahead and disable a lot of things. They can't even go to my settings, make a phone call. There is a lot of settings that you can change in guest mode settings. Things like how to access guest mode and also the guest privileges. So you see here, the only thing that they could access was my camera on my lock screen. Now this next tweak, I'd say it's a necessity for everybody who is jailbroken, and it's called iCleaner. So this will clean your device and wipe things that are not even necessary. So your cache files and things of that sort. You can go ahead and clean up your device and clear up some storage. So I hit clean, it's gonna clean it up, and that is what it does. Next up on the list is called iFile. Now iFile I would recommend to those who are experienced users and kind of know what they're doing, because it allows you to access the file system of your device. Now if you love using Instagram, this next tweak is called Instagram Plus Plus, and this is a very useful tweak. So whenever you are on Instagram, you'll now be able to tap and hold on a photo and then save it or copy it to your clipboard. Another thing that you can do is when you are in this type of view here, you'll be able to double tap on a photo and then you can zoom in and out just like that. There's more settings that you can change as well on this. If you simply go into your settings, go to IG++ settings here. And if you're not yet following me on Instagram, go ahead and do so. JVTech17 right here. Next on the list is called iWidgets. So when you press and hold on an empty spot on your springboard, you'll be able to add widgets. Now this next one is called Key Shortcut, and it's very convenient because like on a normal keyboard, this is what it does as well. So on Mac, for instance, when you hit Command A, it selects all, and that's what this does. If you simply hold down A on your keyboard, it will select all, and if you hold down C, it's going to go ahead and copy it, and if you hold down V, it's going to go ahead and paste it. So you can see here, I go ahead and paste that. So it's an easy way to get shortcuts on your keyboard instead of having to tap on your screen and all that and select all the text. You can simply do it through your keyboard shortcuts. Now this next one is called long CCB. So what this does is when you pull up Control Center, it'll navigate you to the certain toggle right here that you press and hold on. So for example, if I press and hold on Bluetooth here, it's gonna go ahead and throw me into my Bluetooth settings. Now this next tweak is called More Timer. So what it does on your camera app, it allows you to add more timers. Now if you're a person that likes to move your icons a lot or reorganize your icons, your setup and all that, this next tweak's for you. It's called Multi-Icon Mover Plus. What it does when you are in wiggle mode, simply tap on each of the apps that you want to move and then press the home button wherever you want to throw them at. Now you may have noticed how speedy my device is right now. So you see here, it is very fast, and that is thanks to no slow animation. Now if you're an iPhone 6 Plus user like myself, you probably hate the fact that whenever you rotate to the side or rotate into landscape mode like this on your springboard rotates to landscape mode. And as you notice, mine doesn't actually do that, and I don't even have to have rotation lock on. So that's thanks to notate. So notate allows your springboard not to rotate when you are on your springboard. Now this one is actually not a tweak, but a theme. Now this one is basically the go-to one that I always install on my device if I ever want to theme my device. It's called Iris, and in order to even install this, you will need to install Winterboard. And Winterboard is going to be another tweak, and Winterboard basically allows you to add themes to your device. So Winterboard and Iris together, you get this here. So it customizes the icons, even the settings app. You'll notice that they are customized right here on the left hand side, and that's all thanks to Winterboard and Iris. So you can download a variety of different themes if you go ahead and search it in Cydia. So this is Iris and Winterboard together. Now this next one is called Tether Me for iOS 8 Plus, and what it does, it gives you the native functionality of the hotspot. So for those of you who don't have the hotspot feature enabled, you can do so with this certain tweak. So now you'll be able to share your data connection with either your computer or your tablet or anything of that sort. Now this next one deals with the notification center, and it's called NC if needed. So if needed, when you pull down your notification center, if there's any type of pending notifications, it'll actually directly go into your notifications tab here. But if there's not any pending notifications, it'll go to your Today tab. Now this next one is called Lock Glyph, and it does require Touch ID, but it gives you the Apple Pay little completed payment animation to your lock screen and animation when unlocking your device using Touch ID. Now this next one is called Unlock Sound. So if you remember the slide to unlock little sound that you would normally get, it is now back. Now if you're a fan of listening to music in YouTube and you normally exit out of it and you can't even hear that song or whatever is playing at the moment because it stops playing once you exit out of the app, with this new little tweak here called YouTubed. So you see here, I'm gonna go ahead and play this song here. And once I exit out, you can still listen to it there. So, can you hear that? I think you can hear that a little bit. Anyways, this song is so dope. Anyways, okay, I'm done turning up for this video. Now this one is called Zeppelin. So as you notice here, my carrier logo is no longer AT&T. It is now a Batman logo, and that's thanks to Zeppelin. So with Zeppelin, you'll be able to change the different themes here, or the different icons basically. Now with Glow Badge, what it does, it gives you a little glow around the apps that have a notification. Now this next one is called Popular. So when you activate your multitask switcher by double pressing the home button, you now have your most used apps up here instead of your most recent contacts. With Status Bar Timer, it allows you to put the timer right up there on your status bar next to the clock. Next we have Color Pass. So all it does, it gives you the ability to change the color of your passcode here. So you'll be able to change the different colors in your settings app to whatever color you desire. Now this following tweak is probably one of my favorites, and it's called Murmur. And what it does, it allows you to watch videos or truly multitask on your iPhone or iPad. So if you've ever used an Android device such as a Samsung Galaxy, they have this feature where it allows you to wake your device by simply waving over the ambient sensor, and that is what this tweak does, and it's called waves. So with a simple wave, you'll be able to turn it on just like that. Now with iOS